Bronx, it is packed from the GWB out to the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. Accident blocking the center lane, then heavy out to Jerome Avenue. Accident takes out the left and center lanes. Westbound, you're slow, Westchester Avenue, all the way to the bridge. 5-minute delays, though, at the bridge, so you'll get to the Cross Bronx, then you'll stop there. 20 at the Holland, 40 at the Lincoln Tunnel. The Imus in the morning forecast, sun and clouds, high near 70, 58 under partly cloudy skies in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
22 after the hour here in the Imus in the morning program on radio all over the country on MSNBC. If you missed the Cardinal on a couple hours ago, it'll be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But first, we host matter.
That may be good, it may not. I don't know if you want to hear the Cardinal, but...
Well, why?
Okay. Well, because he's Catholic, right, Chuck?
Is that the deal?
No, that's not the deal, but you're Pope-hating Protestant?
Yeah.
Wait, I was just defending the Pope.
But it's time for sports now. Sponsored by Peerless Boilers, America's best boiler. And here with sports, the suitably chastised Sid Rosenberg. Good morning, Sid.
Good morning, I-Man. The Yankees won again yesterday. They've now won 10 games in a row. They're on fire, to say the least. 21-19 now and gearing up for another game against Seattle before the big weekend series against the Mets here in New York City. The Mets won as well yesterday. They beat the Cincinnati Reds by a final of 2-1 on a home run by Kaz Matsui. Good night for the whole American League East, actually.
Well, Kaz was even a little pressure, wasn't he?
Was what?
Kaz was under a little pressure.
Well, he's not. People in this town don't like him. You know, we kind of killed the guy actually because he's done a bad job. Signed a big contract last year, my man. It's been a bust at this point, a disappointment.
How did he do yesterday?
He won the game.
Hey, well, way to go, Kaz.
And Jason Giambi, of course, another guy that has been chastised here in the New York City area, hit a big home run for the Yankees as well.
And I observed, and I don't know anything about sports, but I observed that it appeared to the eye-man he was swinging the bat better. And you ridiculed me, didn't you, you bug-eyed, crack-smoking weasel?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I did. And
So how's he doing now?
Well, let me apologize for that as well.
Okay, good.
Shut up, Bernie.
Set aside a whole hour for...
Go ahead.
Apology.
Yeah, okay. Also in basketball last night, I-Man, the Spurs won. They beat Seattle. And Detroit won as well, I-Man. They beat Indiana. So it looks like Ben Wallace is well on his way. They're one game shy now of a Ben Wallace, Shaquille O'Neal matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
That could be great.
That could be some fantastic action. You know what I'm saying?
He's the guy who got right up in that punk Ron Artest's face that started that whole riot.
Yeah.
He did not.
My boy Ben. Yeah, he did.
And what happened during the riot? He was nowhere to be found.
Well, he didn't have to fight skinny little white guys in the stands. He fought Ron Artest. Artest ran up to the stands and tried to choke a skinny white kid. He did not go back up in Ben Wallace's mush.
Exactly.
If he was,
But why did Ben Wallace follow Artest into the stands? And
Why should he?
He did what he had to do.
Well, if you're such a big, strong guy, how about saving the fans up there who were taking a beating? Where was Ben?
doesn't have to be
It's not
Superman.
his job to save the fans of security there in the arena. Ron Artest was afraid of Ben Wallace.
No way.
Say, go,
No
way.
No way.
He's a punk.
Who?
Ron Artest.
Absolutely.
You said it to his face?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you probably would. You got a gun.
Now what, bitch?
Hey, what's he going to do? Run out into the streets and grab somebody listening in their car and start beating them up?
Yeah, what's that going to be about?
You know me?
It'd be great if you would
Come on,
jot down
wrap
to
this up.
Astoria today, by the way, Bernie, and that would be the case. You know what I'm saying?
Wrap this up. Hold on.
Also, Buddy Rice is not going to race in the Indianapolis 500 this week, and unfortunately, he smacked up his car during practice, and he's finished.
But, by the way, you had a good point earlier this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Which one?
If about practicing.
Yes, if you can't, you got to be able to drive the car during practice. How are you going to race during the race when there's more cars out there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're out there by yourself.
You got to get suspended.
Yeah, it's like a one-car accident on,
That is not good. That is not a good job.
And then
there.
you got to test this guy for, maybe he was drinking, maybe he was
Well, I don't think he's going to drink and then drive 230 miles an hour, do you?
smoking weed or something. I don't know. He smacked
Something
into the wall.
happened.
Nobody even came near him.
Imus Ranch Foods, sponsored by the hospital with a $150 million capital improvement plan, New York Hospital Queens. Now Queens has a New York hospital. You can order Imus Ranch salsa, which, by the way, a lot of people try to make salsa and they go out of business in about, a month. Imus Ranch salsa has been around for years, and it is absolutely the best salsa on the planet, which is why it outsells everything here on the East Coast. Not made with water, made with real tomatoes, not a bunch of artificial ingredients in it, cancer-causing ingredients to try to keep it hot. It's great stuff. It's thick and it's chunky, and let it get that watery stuff, and you don't need that. Imus Ranch salsa, and also the salad dressings, which are ranch. The Caesar is fabulous, and the balsamic vinaigrette is world-class. And it's available at most leading supermarkets up and down the East Coast. And if you can't get it there, maybe you're in Tucson or someplace else, you can go to imusranchfoods.com, which is one word on the Internet, and order it there, or you can call 1-888-284-IMUS, the food thing sponsored by New York Hospital, Queens, nearly 27 after the hour. Right now, please welcome over from the Archdiocese with a message of hope and inspiration.
You're flipping dirt bags out of my way. Move it.
John Cardinal O'Connor.
There we go. Right here.
Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning,
Cardinal
God
Egan,
bless.
I'm sorry.
Some bastard, you shut up. Let me speak. Good morning to God bless.
You look a lot like Cardinal O'Connor, Cardinal Egan.
You look a lot like Keith Richards, you. Wrinkled up old dirtbag, you.
So, how are you?
Let me just say this, Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
It's getting to be like a big bad habit coming over here, be Jesus.
Yeah.
Coming over to this filthy hole. Speaking of filthy holes, Mr. Moore.
No.
They held the annual AIDS Marchathon up in Central Park this past Sunday, Mr. Moore.
Fine.
As luck would have it, I just happened to be up in the park bird watching with a couple of nuns, be jeez. So more damn skinny woodpeckers to last me a bloody lifetime, be jeez, of all the dirty characters make you sick. Speaking of old homos, Mr. Moore, I see the I-Man is persistent with this whole appearing on TV debacle, be jeez. Makes no sense. Let me just instruct the curious radio listener out there who's never watched this stupidity on how they too can enjoy the whole I-Man on TV experience. You tune to your local I station. Put a prune on top of your radio. Put a little cowboy hat on top of the prune. You sit there and you look and you listen and prepare to pass out, you bloody Amadons, you be Jesus. Facing a nitwits watching this dribble. Let me just say this, Mr. Moore, about everybody loves Raymond.
What?
Everybody doesn't love Raymond, Mr. Moore.
I like him.
I hate Raymond, Mr. Moore. I had hoped Raymond's house caught fire while he was lying helpless under the front wheels of a local bus, BG, or some damn thing. Another piece of Hollywood trash featuring a weak husband, a loudmouth, unsatisfied wife, and a bunch of spoiled, smart-mouth punk kids, BGs. God bless America, Mr. Moore. Come to think of it, maybe those queers up in Central Park have something going on there, BGs, I tell you that. It's not the likes of the Raymond family on TV, Mr. Moore. It's the drugged-out Osborns or the god-awful Gottis or some other damn bunch of bull shenanigans, BGs. Sick of it all, Mr. Moore. Let me just say this about the hideous Victoria Gotti.
Oh, no, I just don't know if we want to go here or not.
From that growing-up snotty program, Mr. Moore.
Yeah?
Rumor has it that this big-mouth, blood-money bimbo smells like Larry the Cable Guy's dirty underwear, Mr. Moore. I tell you that. They say that hose in Miss Gotti really is like sleeping with the fishes, Mr. Moore. I tell you. Sausage-sucking skank, BGs. Get her off of the telly.
No, I'm begging you.
Let me ask you this, Amos. Whatever happened to shows like Leave It to Beaver? Or is that what they're calling the Ellen DeGeneres show these days, BGs? Enough to make you want to fling the TV out the window. I tell you that, Mr. Moore.
No, God, no, leave it.
Somebody out there, do me a favor. Tell Al Sharpton and the Reverend Jesse Jackass to shut the hell up. Complaining about the Mexican president, who said illegals do the job that even blacks won't do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Moore. When's the last time you looked out your window and saw Homie the Clown mowing your front lawn, BG? Doesn't happen. Let us pray, Mr. Moore. Time for the colonel to enrich the souls of you pagan punks. Now bow your heads down, BGs, and quiet down.
All right.
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. My boot in the I-man's teeth we want the most. Lord, hear our prayer.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Oh, Lord, we pray for those who live with AIDS, that they stop holding these silly parades. Lord, hear our prayer.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Let us pray that skanky Victoria Gotti does find a soulmate. Mike Tyson, Big Pussy, or Robert Blake would be great. Lord, hear our prayer.
Lord, hear our prayer. Your prayer.
Let us pray that those at Newsweek soon see the light of their offices in flames in the middle of the night, BGs. Lord, hear our prayer.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Let us pray that Big Mouth Boner knows Howard Stern chokes on his vomit and is soon in an orange. Lord, hear our prayer.
Lord, hear our prayer.
We pray that the TV's Dr. Phil, sanctimonious shrink from the south, is photographed in a miniskirt with a black man's tool in his mouth. God forgive me. Lord, hear our prayer. Let's hear it, you dirtbag.
Lord, hear our
God
prayer.
bless us and save us. Which doesn't belong and why?
Okay.
Which doesn't belong and why?
All right.
A, First Lady Laura Bush.
Laura Bush.
B, Second Lady Lynn Cheney.
Lynn Cheney.
C, I Lady Deirdre Imus. Which doesn't belong and why?
Well, obviously, Deirdre Imus.
Wrong, you syphilitic old schmuck, you be jeez. While all three... Shut up. While all three powerful women are admittedly desperate housewives, the answer is B, Lynn Cheney doesn't belong. Because while the other two stopped long ago, Lynn Cheney still kisses dick every night, be jeez. Text. My screw up.
What happened?
No crap. But I made Tracy run.
That's the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange.
I'm sorry, Tracy.
Here at 9:37 in New York City.
Next beer's on me.
Sponsored by Lebenthal Stocks for Bond Bars. I have a mouthful of bagel here.
Uh-oh. Is that what you're calling it?
Be quiet, Fatso. Bonds for stock buyers.
Oh, my God.
And by Northport Bank. Check them out online at nfb.com. What's the market doing, Bernie?
Well, the market is now, as we speak, it is on its way up. The Dow is up 53 points already, believe it or not.
Holy
53
God.
points. Whoa.
Up 80 yesterday.
NASDAQ up almost 7 points.
Oh, wow. That's great. Okay, well, we're back on the air now here, 23 till the hour in the Irish Morning program. Time for what's the matter with you? Attorney General of the United States, Alberto Gonzalez here.
I'm looking at a monitor here. They got, they put Fox News on the monitors here.
Yeah.
Because, why should they be any different here than everywhere else in America?
Yes.
And I'm looking at Ted Kennedy.
Yeah?
He looks like Barbara Bush.
Well, yeah, he's...
How did that happen?
I don't know. I just don't know how that happened.
Why do you want to disparage poor Barbara Bush?
Yes, by the way.
I'm not disparaging Barbara Bush. I'm disparaging Ted Kennedy.
Well,
He look like Barbara Bush. He big with the white hair.
okay, well,
It's fine. It's a visual,
I understand
which works
that.
really well on the radio,
Yeah, it does.
which is why people are watching Fox, I guess.
Here, now let's check with the news. Morning, Charles.
Morning, Iron Man. Couple of the things we're following. It is a step toward next week's expected confrontation over banning judicial filibusters. President Bush's nomination of Priscilla Owen returning to the Senate today, and at issue is whether the minority party can use filibusters to keep judges from getting lifetime appointments on the highest courts. While debate on Ms. Owen's nomination begins today, a test vote, actually, on her nomination to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals is expected next week. If that fails, then the Senate Majority Leader Bill Briss plans to call for a vote on banning judicial filibusters, a move that is dubbed the nuclear option. The commissioners of Major League Baseball, the NFL, NBA, and Major League Soccer are all to testify on Capitol Hill today about steroid testing in their sports. They'll appear before the House Commerce, Trade, and Consumer Protection Subcommittee, chaired by Republican Cliff Stearns of Florida. Last month, Stearns proposed the Drug-Free Sports Act, calling for penalties similar to the ones in the World Anti-Doping Agency Code. Those rules call for a 2-year suspension on a first offense and a lifetime ban for a second offense.
See, I was kind of curious, Bernie. I see on the screen here that Dennis the Puerto Rican is online, too.
Yeah.
Is he still hanging on?
Yeah, he's there.
How long you been on the phone, Dennis?
I'm just waking up, man. About 15 minutes, my jigger.
What possibly could you want?
I don't want nothing. I definitely don't want your monkey ass, please.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, man?
Nothing?
I seen that picture of you and Opie, man, last week, bro.
Say what?
That picture of you and Opie?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, if ugliness was a brick, you'd be a housing project, bro.
Ouch.
I mean, you look like Mr. Gateman from the Munsters, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to slam your head in the car door, chump.
You know who Mr. Gateman was, right?
No.
That's the guy that ran the funeral parlor, you moron. Hey, listen, Dwight Yoakam, that book, Drain the Vein, is that about you peeing in the phone booth, bro?
Drain the vein.
There you go.
Hey, man, what's up, dog?
Keep talking, Dennis. He's choking.
I'm in the midst of a coughing fit.
You can use all your material now, Dennis.
Yeah, just do it all, baby.
Hey, you know, the general, man, he looks a lot like Omar, bro.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
What you saying? We all look alike?
Sometimes happen like that, you know?
How about I got a new Hispanic mayor in Los Angeles? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, real great.
And the Mets are like the Latin Kings, man. You guys are taking over.
Finally, man.
Yeah.
R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, you know they went to the same college, bro?
Get off of my phone.
Yeah, bring them young, you moron.
Get off my phone. I'm going to come to your house. Set the cockroaches on fire. Let's check with more news, Charles.
Government says consumer prices rose in April, fueled by the biggest increase in energy area in a long time. But it suggests for the most part, retail-level inflation is not spiraling out of control. Core inflation, measured by the Labor Department, still looking good. Nevertheless, the Federal Reserve is seen continuing on its path, probably, of higher interest rates in the near term. And overseas, an Israeli aircraft is fired at a group of Hamas militants who were preparing, they say, to shoot mortar shells at a Jewish settlement. It is the first such airstrike since a ceasefire was declared in February. Hamas said one of its members was critically wounded in that attack. And the new mayor of Los Angeles, Antonio Villaraigosa. Promising to bring the city's diverse racial and ethnic groups together, the councilman trounced incumbent James Hahn to become Los Angeles' first Hispanic mayor in like 130 years, and placing him certainly among this nation's Latino political elite. Big night for Gretchen Wilson at the 40th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards.
Redneck woman.
Newcomer winning for both female vocalists and Best New Artist. Keith Urban taking male vocalists and album awards. And Kenny Chesney named Entertainer of the Year.
Well, and the vocal duo of the year once again.
Yep.
For the 10th or 11th time.
Crazy.
Brooks and Dunn, who beat out Big and Rich.
Yeah.
Beat out Montgomery Gentry. Oh, I don't get that, but there's nothing wrong with Brooks and Dunn. They're fine.
No, but it's just become like a thing now.
And it's
just an automatic.
You know, I have this Dwight Yoakam record from his new album this thing's called Intentional Heartache.
Yeah.
And we tried to play it. I tried to edit it so you didn't have to endure the whole thing because I'm understanding. But I mean, something got lost, in our trying to edit.
In our edit? Okay.
But it's a great album. If you're into Dwight Yoakam, even if you're not.
Yeah.
But it does. This is a song about a woman that's been done wrong.
There's some woe in this song.
Yeah. So she's going back to find her ex-husband.
Yeah.
And inflict some intentional heartache on the boy.
Damn straight.
And so she shows up at the house with a can of DuPont paint and goes to work on his Dale Jr. poster. And it's not a bad record. It's worth listening to. So turn your radio up all over the country here now. Dwight went out of his way to ruin his career, thinking he was going to be an actor. Stick to playing a Telecaster and singing hillbilly music, okay? This was actually a pretty good record. Ah, baby.
She drove south I-95 straight through Carolina. She didn't use no damn map to find her way. She pulled off on the state route just north of Charlotte and took most Lake County road the rest of the day. She said, I'll give in an intentional heartache. That'll hurt a lot worse than the one that he left in me. But would you all step back so a girl might could get started? Then he won't have to look twice to see. She drove up across the yard and through his mama's garden. Didn't touch the brakes, slammed right into his Chevrolet. Tossed out his closed boots, bud cap, and signed Dale Jr. poster. Then shot the whole mess neon green, the can of DuPont parade. She said, I'll give him an intentional heartache. That'll hurt a lot worse than the one that he left in me. But would you all step back so a girl might can get started? Then he won't have to look twice to see. I'll give you an intentional heartache. That'll hurt a lot worse than the one that you left in me. Then tell your little train to step back, see the ex-wife can get started, and you won't have to look twice to see. Said, watch this. And she sprayed that bud cap right green. Said, Connie, put that can of spray paint down. Said, watch this. Then she pulled them the cone of boots out, sprayed them
belly for you there now, Dwight Yoakam.
God almighty.
Alexandra Leventhal, and if you don't own a single municipal, 59 degrees under fair skies in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
Special guest at tonight's game, Mr. B of B&H Photo and Video.
This morning, Tracy, by the way.
Thank you, Mr. Imus.
As she does every morning.
Yes. Okay.
Something from the waist down, it would be better, however.
Pardon me?
The waist down is always better.
What?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
You mean on you, the waist down?
Yes.
you know it.
Yes. It is.
No, well,
We have to go with our strength, but that is a strength. What can I tell you? Page.
Well, I mean, let me just be as kind as I can be.
Stand by.
Oh, we're getting on down the road here.
No, not in her case, though. She's defying that.
This is a young Diane Sawyer. This is,
Well, she's a very pretty figure.
I'm trying to work it, Mr. Imus, as best I can.
Well, you know, you've got to just learn to age gracefully.
I think I am.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think I'm doing. I'm not walking around those Britney Spears things that you allege that I am.
I hope there's no trouble in your home.
Oh, no.
They got this new book out called The Script to tell if your man's cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
And the signs are there.
Why would you cheat on Tracy?
Well, the first sign would be if he's in a
These
good
guys
mood.
these dirtbags do it all the time.
The show's still open and the curtain's up.
That's right, honey.
Guys have good-looking wives, and they wind up and they catch them with some pig. To explain that to me, isn't that true, Bernie?
You got some frigid bitch with an attitude at home. I mean, you know, who needs that?
Okay, let me see now. We have some frigid bitch at home
Some
with an
prima donna
attitude.
with a sense of entitlement, you know.
Well, that's not me.
No, that's not Tracy at all. No, I'm just saying, you know. That's
What's going on in the world of scum, Tracy?
Page 3 at the New York Post. It is not a crime to pat a person on the posterior. The headline is rude but legal with 2 butts in it. Apparently, Judge Richard Weinberg threw out a charge of forcible touching yesterday against a fabric store worker who was charged with patting a college student on the behind. The Tushy Touching Institute allegedly took place around... Incident took place on November 2nd when a group...
Tushy Touching Institute would be a
place I'd like to apply to.
Well, actually, you could study doing that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's not a bad
I want
idea.
to get my doctorate over there.
Yeah.
Well, these were fashion students, actually. So they went to the
major in buttology.
Beyonce could teach a course over there. The Mountain of Fabric.
Astrophysics.
Employee Mohammed Narazuman apparently placed his hand on...
Keep your hands off people, you goat humping weasel. Jesus Christ.
You get a jihad going.
Come on here.
The 36-year-old said he's no fanny feeler, and he thought he was framed because he wouldn't give the students free swatches of fabric.
Did this guy, was this the judge who said it would not be a crime unless squeezing was involved, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have some sort of finger action.
Yeah.
Right.
What else, Tracy?
Somebody called CSI.
Tracy, come on, you're getting wild.
Ozzy Osbourne has upset fans of heavy rock by adding Jada Pinkett Smith's pop metal group to the Ozfest lineup for 2005. This is handbag.com.
Oh, that's your department, Lou.
The group is said to be a favorite of Ozzy's wife, Sharon.
Well, I like good guitars and stuff, and I can play all right. So Sharon will book them.
Well, apparently the fans are upset. One upset devotee writes, the rip Ozfest after hearing the news. It's just not good. They'll be pelted by every loose object on the Ozfest grounds.
As well they should be, so.
All right.
Now, what else?
And Ray Romano and castmates from Everyone Loves Raymond shocked the night shift workers on the West Side Highway on Monday, according to the Daily News, by bringing them armfuls of candy from the Ritz-Carlton Battery Park City, where they all gathered to watch the show's final episode.
What kind of numbers did the final show do? Do you know, Bernie?
Do not know.
33 million viewers, Mr. Imus.
Is that good, or?
I think it's the top
Yeah.
that it ever had. Most that it ever had.
It's not like a Seinfeld number, though, right?
Don't know a Seinfeld number.
No, I think that they were in the 40s. It's not quite Seinfeld, but
Right.
still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I watched it. I mean, I'd never seen the show before, so there's a lot of it I didn't quite understand, but I thought it was fine. I mean, it's not something I'd want to watch, but they all seemed fairly inoffensive, and it was not unamusing.
The acting was decent?
The acting was fine.
Yeah.
2 boners up.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
not bad.
Okay.
All right, 28, almost 29 after the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. You know, it's difficult for me to believe, but maybe I need to get a... But this is from music from Big Pink. You know that, Chuck?
Yep.
Old Garth on the organ there. Lee Vaughn on drums. Yeah. Still a good record, man.
Coming to the new Mercedes-Benz of Massapequa, going up on Sunrise Highway.
Hell up and down the East Coast. That's the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange here on the Imus Morning program on radio all over the country and on MSNBC. The opening bell is sponsored by Labenthal, stocks for bond buyers, bonds for stock buyers, and by North Fork Bank with 360 branches that just in 2 states, by the way, New York and New Jersey.
Amazing.
That 2 million people go into every day. Ask them why. North Fork Bank, member FDIC. What's the market doing, Bernie?
Well, right now it's down. The NASDAQ is down by about a point. Dow's down about 6-7 points.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Really annoying.
That's just horrible.
Where did the wheels go?
Oh, man, I don't know. Give me an update of what's going on in the world, Charles.
The president's nomination of Judge Priscilla Owen to the full Senate. First test for the Senate on whether the membership can come to compromise on the president's federal judicial nominees or whether the Republican majority can just push their choices through. Most people seem to think that this really isn't about necessarily these judicial nominees, but more likely about
Supreme Court
vacancies that may or may not occur on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It may take many years to resolve the strife in Iraq, according to an American general who has offered a new and sobering assessment of what is happening there. The New York Times has a big front-page story this morning on it, reporting that a group of generals briefing the media now downplaying chances of victory anytime soon.
Oh, well, I mean, I could give you that assessment.
Because of the, but this is an acknowledgement.
Oh.
Because of the rapid insurgency and also now these increasing ethnic tensions that are developing in Iraq. And they've also pulled back from earlier suggestions that some American troops could come home next year. In the middle of all this, the Associated Press reporting that many people across the Islamic world say they are unconvinced by Newsweek's retraction of the report about desecration of the Quran. And that there was a big story in the Washington Post yesterday, front page, about how that particular item and the consequences thereof may go on for a long time. And in the middle of all of that, we are thrusting...
Man, I feel like a heroin addict.
What's that?
I don't know, I'm just itchy all over, like Ray Charles and Ray, you know?
Oh, that's not good.
Sitting up your piano singing at nighttime is the right time.
God.
Man, I'm just...
Did you take a shower?
Yeah, of course, but...
Lord, help us.
Man, I got some bugs on me.
I hear you.
What?
Come on, I don't need to hear that.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm just...
It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant watching you sitting there scratching your armpit.
It's itchy all over.
Bring you down.
No kidding.
What else? What were you saying now?
Laura Bush is going over to the Middle East.
Shut up, Bernard, you all-headed stooge.
For several days.
Oh, that's a good one.
To try to promote democracy and that sort of thing. She's plunging right into this Islamic world in the wake of the Newsweek deal.
Obviously trying to kill her.
And will be visiting, among other things, Muslim religious sites. So how is she going to be embraced by the Muslim world? It should be interesting to see.
She going to have that wig hat on her head and that veil and that burqa and all that? Or
I
what?
don't think so.
No.
Even more importantly, they voted an African-American queen off of American Idol list.
That's right.
Bonzel.
Now gone.
They are now down to 2.
America said no to the black chick.
Yep.
The postal work.
Fine, too.
Yeah.
So who are we left with now?
Gary Underwood.
And Bo Bice.
Bo Bice.
He's horrible.
Oh, he did a performance last night, which was incredible.
What did he sing?
I don't know what it was, but whatever it was his acapella, some blues thing, and he put his wares on display.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but still, you can't get rid of that. That's the black one. I mean, that's
Well, the country chick, she doesn't impress me all that much.
nah. They're a dime a dozen, these Appalachian hoes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're all whining and singing, and get them out.
Man, Bonzel gone.
She's a postal worker, this Bonzel.
She could be back then.
With a gun.
She'd be back with her.
Secret's really out.
She could be back with an assault weapon.
Yeah.
That girl. You don't want to be voting no postal work on.
Because she showed up with all these weapons.
I got voted out. What? I don't think so. I know where all y'all live.
Well, I'd like to change my vote now. You are absolutely splendid.
American Idol.
You are great. I don't care what the other ones voted.
You delivered.
You signed, as Paula would say.
And Paula Abdul, she weathered the deportation or whatever the hell it is.
Well, this season.
Huh?
For this season.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, let's slam the brakes on the program now by going to line 3. Here's Jaleel from Boston. This moron sits around there and tapes various things that are on radio and television, and then I guess calls me and others to play them for us. Is that what you do, Jaleel?
Good morning, man. How are you?
Who else do you call?
I
fine.
called Paul Harvey, but I can never get through because I'm trying to play his tape to himself. He doesn't want to take my phone calls.
He's a nice guy, by the way. We met him in Chicago.
Yes, that's what I hear. By the way, man.
Hey, wait. Jaleel, I have a copy of the Koran in my hand. Listen. No, I'm just kidding. The newspaper.
Bernard, I have a Bible in my hand, so I'm...
Watch it now.
Oh, let's not do that.
All right,
Hey,
Jaleel.
man.
What, baby?
Can you tell the difference between the male fly and female fly? But here's a Paul Harvey could tell you the rest of the story. Let's listen.
Let me hear.
Art Newhall reports his neighbor woman walked into the kitchen to find her husband armed with a fly swatter. Hunting flies, he explained. Did you kill any? His wife asked. 5, he said. 3 males and 2 females. He said, how can you tell which is which? He said 3 were on a beer can and 2 were on the phone.
Hey, Jaleel, put some couscous on that incident, huh?
Hey, man, on a lighter note, did you fix your cable yet?
Let me tell you about Paul Harvey. Well, that nobody delivers it better than he does.
No.
Nobody delivers the material.
Hello, Americans. Stand by for news.
That's pretty good. All right, thanks, Jaleel. Everything else all right with you?
Super duper. I have some problems, but Bernard could tell you after the...
He's still blind.
Alakasakawam. What does you guys say? Malakasakadukum or
Yeah.
Ramalama Ting Tong, what the hell it is?
Assalamu alaikum, homie.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Make sure to finish it up.
How's your mama looking, or whatever it is?
How's your mama looking, Neil?
Thank you, Master Chuck.
All right, baby. 19 till the hour. All right, here now, Media Watch with Walter Cronkite.
And today, an epiphany. Yes, a revelatory manifestation of a media truth. Quite simply, MSNBC, long the recipient here of expressions of doubt and worse, has been the victim of a very narrow interpretation, dishonored disproportionately, and it turns out unjustifiably. What brought me to this sudden awakening, as it were? Again, not complicated. I have seen the competition. Now all becomes clear. What MSNBC is engaged in is simple, clever counter-programming. Basically, the idea is this. If Fox News is getting results with, say, a doofus and a derelict, a Sean Hannity and Alan Combs, one must hit back and hard with a matched player, a Joe Scarborough, say, a Keith Olbermann. The concept is easily grasped and can take the form of a cable news axiom. Repel stupidity with stupidity. If CNN throws a Rick Sanchez at you, you throw a Lester Holt right back at them. They launch a Lou Dobbs fat bomb. You get the Chris Matthews blimp in the air fast. Fox rolls out Shepard Max Headroom Smith. You've got broom closet head Scarborough ready to engage. CNN adds Anderson Cooper to the mix. MSNBC says simply, Ron Reagan, go do your thing. And, of course, the savvy program problem-solving handily crosses gender lines. Fox puts the pouty lips of Lori Dew in your face, or CNN offers the glazed, bridge-out eyes of Paul Azan. MSNBC drops the Amy Robach, Natalie Morales, Monica Crowley cluster bomb in the middle of your living room lap. Measure, countermeasure. Yes, tit for tat. MSNBC, the lesser of the cable news offerings? Pardon me, but I don't think so. No, on second examination, this service is, in current parlance, getting her done. Not only that, but with some gravy on that sumbitch as well. Indeed, it makes precious little difference in the final analysis whether Dan Abrams appears on camera with a shoe tongue spot welded there atop his head. Bill O'Reilly, over at Fox, is gazing at us with a breakfast sausage between his eyes where one might expect to see a nose. And CNN's Larry King is dead. MSNBC's Don Imus only appears to be similarly encumbered. So to you, dear viewer listener, I owe an apology. My previous criticisms of MSNBC have served you badly. MSNBC is clearly the place to be. As part of my duties, I'll watch Fox and CNN so you don't have to. And aside, as final note, they've canceled the Wednesday night version of CBS 60 Minutes. It's a start. Media Watch, this is Walter Cronkite. Thank you and good night.
Well, get to thinking about it, rather, it's kind of the Axl Rose of news, isn't he?
Volkswagen has some exciting news. The totally redesigned 2005...
I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Continental Airlines. The international word for well-rested is business first. Rated #1 international business class among U.S. airlines by readers of Condé Nast Traveler, Continental Airlines. Work hard, fly right. Starting in Queens, westbound on the Belt Parkway. It's heavy in between Rockaway Boulevard and Lefferts Boulevard. It's all due to an earlier stall in the right lane. Delays are also being cleared from Bay Parkway to the Verrazano Bridge. Morris County, New Jersey, southbound 287, right after exit 47, Route 202. All lanes are cleared, but we still do have residual delays from an earlier accident 5 miles now approaching that area.
Jesus.
I know, Essex County, New Jersey, 280 before exit 14 for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Accident on the right shoulder there. Still 25-minute delays at the George Washington Bridge, 20 at the Holland, 40 at the Lincoln, but Route 17 is looking good. The Imus in the morning forecast, mostly sunny, high near 70, 59 degrees under sunny skies in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
10 minutes till the hour here in the Imus morning program on the radio around the country on MSNBC. I was concerned this morning for Tracy.
For me?
Because I had a commercial here. Ladies, I have to ask you something. Yeah. Is your man cheating on you? Oh, man. Does he say you don't understand him?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Give you gifts out of the blue. Hide money.
Ooh.
Sounds like he's following the script. Elizabeth Landers and Vicki Mainzer.
Yep.
These two hoes have written a book on cheating.
Why hoes?
What?
Why hoes? Why two hoes? Why
You
not
just ask them that.
these two women?
Okay, it's called The Script, and it tells you exactly what to look for. Like,
Well, those hoes.
if your man says, I'll never have an affair, what he means is, yeah, well, you won't catch me, baby. That's
He's
what
already
I'm
doing it.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
it means is he's involved.
Or if he says to you, you need a psychiatrist, what he's really saying is you're the problem.
Well, clearly a couple of frigid skanks because they know, they've been victimized by this.
Pick up The Script or these two authors and find out what that beer-drinking bozo is really up to.
If they knew what to do, they wouldn't have had this problem themselves initially.
Do we have the book around the office there? We must have, huh? Say, if the hose about the time, Seth Roadhog here wants to weigh in.
I'll never forget the last thing my wife said to me. It's either me or them damn dogs. I'm gonna miss her.
Well, so, this is the second marriage. Well, let me see, I'm not sure about this. This is the second marriage for you and for Dave?
Yes, it is.
Right.
It is.
Now, Dave, you were divorced, right?
I was.
Okay. How long had you been divorced before you hooked up with Dave?
Well, actually, technically, I wasn't. It was pending. It was pending.
Oh.
Wait, just thinking.
Here we go.
I actually had to rethink that, and I'm laying it on the line. I'm keeping it.
So you and Dave were each married to other people when you met?
Yes.
Okay, and did that meeting between you and Dave precipitate either divorce?
No, not at all. We were both on the way out of those respective relationships.
Right.
Those had crossed the threshold of we can stay together. And
what happened in that first one, baby?
With me?
Yeah, tell the man.
Tell the woe. Tell the woe.
Tell the man what happened.
Nobody's listening.
Drink it.
40 million listeners.
Tell me your tale of woe.
It just wasn't.
Here's a hoe with woe.
You know, it was me. It wasn't him.
Oh, it was.
You go, hoe with woe.
Yeah, what were you doing?
We're on that cheap side of town.
He didn't understand me, and I didn't understand him. So
Right. How long had you been married?
we had been married 2 years. Actually, I left the day before my second anniversary.
Oh, that was
And he's a very nice person.
Oh, he is?
And remains that way now. I see him occasionally at races. He does triathlons and stuff.
Okay, well, I wonder what happened with Dave's situation.
I think they were heading in different directions, too. She's a very successful career person, remains that way.
And Dave's a loser.
No, not at all. He's, a very successful attorney, former congressman, as you know, and he was just heading in a different direction. They just...
Right.
Well, and you have a, the kid comes out looking like Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Dynamite!
So what happened?
That was a little problem in your marriage.
No.
How did that happen, honey?
No, it's none of that. None of that. Two beautiful stepdaughters I have.
Right.
Right. There was really no issue here. It's not like there was a big deal.
How old are the stepdaughters?
My stepdaughters are 24 and 21.
Oh, okay. So.
And I've known them since they were 2 and 5. This is
you have?
a long-term thing. We're talking.
Did they ever live with you?
No, only on weekends or stuff like that.
You ever hit them?
Oh my God, no! I love these kids.
You ever lock them in the car in July?
Did you ever chain them in a closet?
Well, that I've done.
Then called OnStar.
You ever driving by McDonald's? I guess, well, we're not shopping. I'll see you in Norfolk tomorrow.
1, 2, or 1, 2, 3.
Imus in the morning.
Not Phil Surveying the crowd here, is he?
There are a lot of empty trailer parks in Virginia this morning. What the hell were you people thinking when you got up and said, hey, I got a good idea. Let me go to Old Dominion University and look at some King Tut fossil for 4 hours. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and drive yourselves in your pickups. It's like a Sigmund Freud amusement park.
It was 25 after the hour. We'll talk with Jim Kramer coming up, and then Dr. Phil's going to...
I am stupefied.
Well... And there's some people in the audience maybe you can talk with. How are we going to determine?
They got me a wireless microphone. I can go down in there and talk to everybody and, you know, commune with the people.
Sure.
I've had my shots. Looks like I'm gonna need them.
There's a guy here actually with a hat on with an animal on the hat. That could be somebody you might want to talk.
Oh, that's a fashion statement down here, I guess. What happened? Couldn't fit in your anus? That's why you put on your hat?
Oh, that's fine. We already did that joke.
Oh, I wasn't here. I was getting made up.
26.
Takes a lot of makeup to get this whole thing on.
26 after the hour now.
Well, I walked up to the bar. I laid down my platinum card. Then I ordered 50 long necks for my new friends. Well, the barmaid passed them out. And before we shook them down, I held mine up, said, here's to us and them. Well, this blonde slid up to me. She said, that was awful sweet. And then I saw her boyfriend, as wide as he was tall. Well, he broke up our hug. Was a 6'5" shove. And I found myself slammed up against the wall. Why does everybody want to kick my ass? I'm just trying to have a little fun for all the ones who can. And just because I kiss the prettiest girls and I drive my truck too fast. Why does everybody want to kick my ass? In the morning.
Yes. Street now. And on the eastbound Grand Central, what a mess. Overturned vehicle right past the Triborough Bridge. All lanes are blocked. In town, northbound FDR, heavy traffic from the Brooklyn Bridge to Grand Street.
Rush hour.
Accident closing all lanes. Yeah, there's a lot of crashes this morning, though, Mr. Imus. And southbound, 2 lanes are closed with fire department activity. 5 to 10 minute delays at the George Washington Bridge, 10 at both the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. Imus in the morning forecast, clouds, rain later, high in the mid-50s. 56 in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
10 minutes till the hour here in the Imus Morning program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. We are at the Ted Cossett Convocation Center in Norfolk, Virginia, on the campus of Old Dominion University for TalkFest 2005, whatever the hell that is. And we're broadcasting on WTAR 850, which is our very fine affiliate here. There's an FM station, I can't remember the callers now, what it is, but their slogan is,
we give you all the hits, not just some of them.
Something like it sounds like something that Wyatt came up with.
Yeah, that's
it's the worst radio station slogan I've ever heard in my life.
That's great.
We play the hits, not just some of them. I think that's the name of it. Okay. I think that's the slogan. But I'd like to challenge that.
Yeah.
When right before I have another conversation with Jim Kramer about Hank Greenberg. And you could just hear the radios going off around the country. I mean, I like the guy, but holy God, is there anybody who cares about that story? Nobody.
Absolutely not.
All right, please welcome to the Imus Morning program, Dr. Phil, who's here with a woman from the audience who, hey, by the way, there's a guy in the audience, Charles, who claims that Contessa Brewer killed his parrot. I got some crazy bastards here, I'll tell you that now. So we're going to talk to him. He wrote me an 11-page letter.
We're going to have him up here?
Yes, we are.
Do we have security?
Yeah, we do.
She choked my bird, too. Quite honestly.
Anyway, Dr. Phil, what do you...
What goes through your mind when you say things like that?
Well,
what were you thinking by making some masturbation reference about poor old Contessa Brewer? Well, keeping it real, Dr. Phil.
all right. Now, who's this woman?
This is Sally. Sally has got a problem. Apparently, she feels she's hit rock bottom.
Do you?
Yes.
Right.
The microphone needs to be on.
I just turned it.
All right, I'm talking to it.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Sure. Are you on any medication of any kind?
No, she should be.
Yeah.
She should be on about 1,000 milligrams of Thorazine right about now. Sally, it's clear to me you have way too much free time on your hands. You need to do something substantial with your life. Because you're wasting yourself away. You left the house, you looked in the mirror, you said, I look good. This is a real good look for me. I'm going to get this little Hawaiian blue tropical thing going on. Look like Janet Rito at a luau. What the hell were you thinking when you looked in that mirror while you left the trailer this morning at 4 o'clock? Come on down here to the convocation center. By the way, hockey rink, good idea. Good place to do a talk show. Well, in a hockey rink.
That's fine.
You really have hit rock bottom. It's clear to me.
Well, can't we hear her story, Dr. Phil?
Tell our man your story.
Yeah.
Well, the story was that I thought I was truly addicted to waking up every morning to your program.
Right.
I don't have that, and this was the highlight of my day.
Right.
Having been here, I don't think I have that problem anymore.
Just because there are other people who share your disease don't mean you don't have a problem.
What the hell does that mean, Sally?
It's a big rehab group here.
Oh, this is a fine group.
I'm Sally, and I'm an Imus-holic. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's it.
I think we all thought this was Duke University and we're going to serve rice. I'll go on a walk later.
Sally, are you a married woman?
No.
Have you ever been married?
Yes.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yes.
Careful here, because usually this is the case where something horrible. What happened to your husband?
She got rid of him, did you?
I have no idea.
What do you mean, I have any idea?
He just skipped town
No,
once?
no. Normal divorce.
Normal divorce. Now, how long were you married?
3 years.
And how long ago was this?
I'm not going to tell.
Or give us a...
You need to come clean here, Sally. If you want to change, you need to want to change. You need to be honest with yourself and everybody. Self-respect is a two-way street. You need to make a U-turn, lady.
Self-respect, and I'm sitting up here?
Don't try to be funny, okay? Because as he proves every morning, it ain't that easy a deal to do.
You're providing a pretty clear demonstration of it right now.
Oh, what's this noise they're making with their mouths open? Not what they were making when you were talking to Jack, whatever his name was there before. Oh, I think IGA and what the hell? Who cares?
Oh, believe me, I understand that.
Ever struggled to find your luggage at a baggage?
Oh, God, let's alert the media.
Charles continues.
Scientists led by Woo Suk Wang of Seoul National University.
What's his name?
Charles, are you gay, too?
No, his name, Dr. Phil, is, in fact, Woo Suk Wang.
Woo Suk Wang?
Woo, W-O-O.
I haven't sucked Wang.
No, Woo Suk
Wang?
Woo
Come on, Charles.
Wang, I swear to you. Of Seoul National University, the only ones who created cloned human cells, a breakthrough that was revealed last year.
Oh, that's what we want to do, clone somebody named Lou Suck Wang. Need a whole bunch of them running around the world.
come on here.
Tabloids on both sides of the Atlantic today running these photographs of the former Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein wearing nothing but his underpants, tighty whities. So on the front page of today's edition of Britain's top-selling paper, The Sun, so on the front page of the New York Post, don't get excited, Imus. U.S. military sources are quoted as saying they decided to leak the pictures to the press in the hope of dealing a body blow to the resistance in Iraq. The photos show the toppled tyrant with short, dyed black hair, mustache, washing his socks in one photograph by hand, sleep on his bed, and standing there looking goofy in his white tighty-whities.
Hey, well, that's the mother of all packages, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks like he's packing a pretty good.
He's pretty hung.
Yeah. And then saying you would note that, Dr. Phil.
Well, I'm just jumping in with the theme of the program.
Oh, no, sir.
Officials contend the pictures may have been up to a year old and may, in fact, represent a violation of Saddam's rights as defined by the Geneva Convention. As a result, the lapse, as it's being described, is being aggressively investigated.
It is 11 minutes after the hour here on the Imus Morning program. The business report sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. Today's exchange, the opening bell will be run by somebody whose name, the name of the company I can't pronounce and the name of the guy I can't pronounce. And it's probably not all that important. It'll just be down there, just turn on CNBC or one of these other financial channels and watch it. The closing bell will be rung by WNBA, New York Liberty Port Guard Becky Hammond, to celebrate the kickoff of that team's ninth season. Yesterday, Dow Jones Industrial Average up 29 points to close at 10,493. NASDAQ up 12 points to close at 2043. The New York Stock Exchange Composite closed up 28 points to 7141. There's other business news, but I can't get into it. Lou Rufino's in doing sports this morning. What's coming up, Lou?
NBA playoffs are still happening, and Yankees Mets lead a slew of teams. The interleague play gets started tonight.
What time will what channel will that Mets Yankees thing be on in New York?
That's probably going to be on Fox Sports.
Oh, okay.
So it's yeah, I think Fox Sports.
And that's like a 7 o'clock deal?
Actually, 7:10. Or yes,
it's going to be on
Channel
11 and Channel 9, locally in New York City.
Oh, it is.
You know anything, Lou Rufino?
Yeah. You're supposed to be doing sports.
I have no clue what's going on.
Okay.
7:10.
The Red Sox play Atlanta?
In Boston.
In Boston, okay. And Chicago plays Chicago.
Correct.
Dodgers play the Angels?
Dodgers. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, look at you.
Well, no, I mean, it's just pretty good. What do you guess?
Cardinals playing Kansas City?
Yep. Right. What, Dr. Phil?
Huge.
Pretty good. You got a list right in front of you. It's not like you're calling it out of your mind.
Well, no, I don't. I don't. So. What?
You need to think about a decaffeinated brand, mister.
No, really, you got to stop flashing lights.
We need electroshock over here.
Jesus, God, I mean, how do they let these people? Well, first of all, if you're going to get up at the time of the morning, these people had to get up to come over here. I mean, there's really a void in your life. I mean, I can see that.
Talk about issues.
It's one thing if you turn your TV on, listen to the radio, but I mean, anyway, it's coming up on 14 minutes after the hour. Tim Russett, we'll talk with him, and then we'll talk with Pat O'Brien, and then Ron White from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, and good to have somebody really funny on this morning, and then
Oh, man. What do you have under that cowboy hat?
What's it there?
Yeah, apparently that's all you got going on. Because I'm going to jump on your chest with both feet and snap them pigeon ribs of yours.
And then
you think you have trouble breathing now? My fist is stuck halfway down your gullet. It's going to be a little hard to take a breath.
And then the Apprentice winner may or may not be on, depending on how we feel about it. Fred might call or he might not. And then Mike Francesa and Chris Russo will be on. We have the Preakness, which is coming up Saturday at Pimlico. And Pimlico. And the horse that won the Kentucky Derby is not going to win this, probably. Giacomo. I can't imagine. Although he's going off at 6-1, but then I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
It's probably better than 50-1, isn't it? Yeah. Which is what it went off in the Kentucky Derby and won. So, anyway, 1/4 after the hour.
Outside my window, I can hear the radio, and I know that motor wagon is ready to fly.
I don't want to deal with you this morning.
Why?
You're already ticking me off.
No, I just want to know what happened.
Well, I just told you. But then when I give you too much, you're all over me like it's nothing.
No, just wait until I say something.
Wait, I'll be darned.
Oh, I'll be waiting all damn morning.
Bernard, I want you to go in there. Hurt him. Anyway, 24 minutes after the hour. Tracy, do you have any scum?
I do have some scum, Mr. Imus. Today's Washington Times is reporting the Democratic National Committee Chairman Howard Dean defended his public mocking of conservative radio host Rush Limbaugh's battle against addiction painkillers, saying, quote, hypocrisy is the value I think has been embraced by the Republican Party. He said this on Meet the Press. We get lectured by people all day long about moral values by people who have their own moral shortcomings. Now, Mr. Dean last month did an impression of Mr. Limbaugh for the gathering of Democrats in Minnesota that included the sound of someone snorting cocaine. And Mr. Limbaugh, of course, had been addicted to the painkiller OxyContin while dealing with years of chronic back pain, but entered a rehab facility.
Rush wasn't doing any blow, was he? Charles, or Bernie?
He was just doing pills. But you do, if you really want a good high, you snort that OxyContin. So
really?
Maybe,
okay.
maybe it applies.
Fine.
The fat bastard should get over it.
Who was it who told us that, was it John Kerry who told me that just because Dean was being elected to head the Democrat, didn't mean he was going to be the spokesman for the... Well, right.
Who thought the Democrats would be longing for Terry McAuliffe at this point? Boy, Dean got bitch slapped yesterday on Russell's program.
Oh, that was not pretty, was it?
Way to go, Tim.
What else?
We also jailed escort kingpin Jason Itzler, saying one of his best clients...
That was Adam Duritz,
Adam Duritz. Yeah, Adam was spending approximately, according to page 6, he was spending...
That's a goofy-looking dude. I mean, I can't believe he went out with Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, and that's, something's wrong. Something weird there. Yeah.
He also used to hire, according to the Post, 4 or 5 girls at a time from this guy's escort service, spending $10,000 to $20,000 a throw.
Wow.
He's got that filthy Rasta hair. Is that the guy?
That's
Yeah.
Oh, God almighty.
But he's sensitive, though. That's what it is. He's a sensitive writer.
No, he's got a lot of problems.
He uses Raid for hairspray. I mean, nasty.
But he did the best version ever of Warren Zevon's Carmelita, man. I mean, that's a great...
Well, that's what's important, isn't it?
Let's hop in the sack. Come on.
Oh, you are such a horror show.
How much trouble he's in.
Like what? I can't wait to get over there and get my hands around your fat neck.
Wake up, Ivan.
Chris and Trace and everybody will be back, probably. All right.
There's order in the house. The tub's running over. Plaster falling down in pieces by the couch of pain. There's order in the house. Time to duck and cover. Helicopters hover over rough terrain. There's order in the house. Reptile wisdom. Zombies on the lawn, staggering around. There's order in the house. There's a flaw in the system, and the fly in the ointment's gonna bring the whole thing down.
I think the hardest thing to deal with is the loss of confidence.
It can happen to anyone.
95 outbound is doing okay. And at the inbound Holland Tunnel, it's slow from Route 1 and 9. 2 separate accidents being cleared out there. Over to Westchester County, northbound New England Thruway, right before exit 15 in New Rochelle, an accident involving a tractor-trailer truck is being cleared out. It should be pushed over the shoulder by this point. The Imus in the morning forecast, mostly cloudy, maybe a shower, high near 60. 50 degrees and cloudy in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
All right, here now, Media Watch with Walter Cronkite.
And today, an epiphany. Yes, a revelatory manifestation of a media truth. Quite simply, MSNBC, long the recipient here of expressions of doubt and worse, has been the victim of a very narrow interpretation, dishonored disproportionately, and it turns out unjustifiably. What brought me to this sudden awakening, as it were? Again, not complicated. I have seen the competition. Now all becomes clear. What MSNBC is engaged in is simple, clever counter-programming. Basically, the idea is this. If Fox News is getting results with, say, a doofus and a derelict, a Sean Hannity and Alan Combs, one must hit back and hard with a matched player, a Joe Scarborough, say, a Keith Olbermann. The concept is easily grasped and can take the form of a cable news axiom. Repel stupidity with stupidity. If CNN throws a Rick Sanchez at you, you throw a Lester Holt right back at them. they launch a Lou Dobbs Fat Bomb. You get the Chris Matthews blimp in the air fast. Fox rolls out Shepard, Max Headroom Smith. You've got Broom Closet Head Scarborough ready to engage. CNN adds Anderson Cooper to the mix. MSNBC says simply, Ron Reagan, go do your thing. And, of course, the savvy program problem-solving handily crosses gender lines. Fox puts the pouty lips of Lori Dew in your face, or CNN offers the glazed, bridge-out eyes of Paul Azan. MSNBC drops the Amy Robach, Natalie Morales, Monica Crowley cluster bomb in the middle of your living room lamp. Measure, countermeasure. Yes, tit for tat. MSNBC, the lesser of the cable news offerings? Pardon me, but I don't think so. No, on second examination, this service is, in current parlance, getting her done. Not only that, but with some gravy on that sumbitch as well. Indeed, it makes precious little difference in the final analysis whether Dan Abrams appears on camera with a shoe tongue spot welded there atop his head. Bill O'Reilly, over at Fox, is gazing at us with a breakfast sausage between his eyes, where one might expect to see a nose. And CNN's Larry King is dead, while MSNBC's Don Imus only appears to be similarly encumbered. So to you, dear viewer-listener, I owe an apology. My previous criticisms of MSNBC have served you badly. MSNBC is clearly the place to be. As part of my duties, I'll watch Fox and CNN so you don't have to. And aside, as final note, they've canceled the Wednesday night version of CBS 60 Minutes. It's a start. Radio Watch, this is Walter Cronkite. Thank you and good night.
Amy Robach is back, by the way, and I'm looking for Randy. We need those two on. We don't need fill-ins for Amy said she was on vacation, which doesn't need to take anything. No. She has a commitment to MSNBC or not. So.
Either you do or you don't.
Which is a lot better than you think it is, by the way. I know it sounds like I've changed my tune, but actually, Charles and I were talking tonight, and
solid.
If I watch MSNBC, which I do, then I ought to say that. So it seems to make sense.
Yeah.
Time for a little sports, and here with that is Chris Carlin. Hi, big guy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Can I ask you a question?
No.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
What do you got on under that jacket? Is that just a T-shirt or what?
That's my Beatle T-shirt, my Abbey Road T-shirt.
Okay. Yeah. Have you pretty much just given up? Is that the deal?
What do you mean?
I mean, you know, just a T-shirt. You can't throw on a collared shirt anymore. It's just, I'm going to grab whatever's on the floor. Is that what's going on?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. Because I just want to know exactly how far we are away from the camera in your bedroom and you're not getting out of bed.
Why don't you leave me alone, Blinkhead, and report the sports scores? How does that sound?
I guess whatever you want, but I'm just worried about the future. That's all. You know? I don't need to see Chuck in an easy chair next to you on the bed. That's not a good scene. I think we can agree on that.
No, that's probably it.
Some things are inevitable, though.
That'll be fine, Lou. We don't need you weighing in on anything, you little shrimp. Come on, let's go.
NBA playoffs yesterday. Conference finals got underway. The Spurs knock off Phoenix in Phoenix, 121 to 114. It was a huge fourth quarter, scoring 43 points. Baseball. Interleague play, Yankees take 2 out of 3 from the Mets, 5-3 winners yesterday thanks to a couple of Met errors. Boston 5-2 over Atlanta. Matt Clement is now 5-0.
Half of the Yankees were out, weren't they?
Well, Jeter didn't play, Posada didn't play, pretty much. Yeah, so you're right. Half the Yankees were out.
Well, whatever.
Beltran didn't play either for the Mets, though.
No.
Neither did Kaz Matsui.
Oh, yeah. What was he doing?
I don't know. He might be getting his name changed to Matt Sucky, though. I'm not sure. He has not been good.
No.
He's been hitting a little bit better lately, but not good very much at all. Mark Martin won the All-Star Challenge Saturday night in Charlotte. Kenny Perry, 19 under, wins the Bank of America Colonial. And this morning, French Open is underway at Roland Garros. Top seed Lindsay Davenport and Kim Clijsters both advance on the women's side. That's sports, and I'm out like a fat kid playing dodgeball.
27 after the hour. George Stephanopoulos is next.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other
business report.
Break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah. Imus in the morning.
You were able to pull yourself together long enough to do your program today.
One time.
Having pink eye and still coming to work?
That's commitment, amigo. I am the Iron Man. You know, John McCain spends 5.5 years in the Hanoi Hilton with Charlie beating him 24/7 with a baseball bat, and he's as cheerful as an Amway salesman. You get an eyelash stuck in your cornea or a little bit of prickly heat, and right away you're crying from morphine. You whine more than a Jewish grandmother stuck in coach without a kosher meal. And now you're going to go up to the ranch, and we get 3 fun-filled months of listening to you bitch about not being able to breathe. Well, here's an idea for the next time you decide to dedicate your life to some humanitarian pursuit. How about building the effing thing a little closer to sea level, huh? I mean, what? You couldn't stick it in a valley someplace? You pussy. What happened to the guy who used to hang on boxcars for 36 hours a day? He fall off somewhere between Homo City and Faggot Town? You'd think the man who once slept behind the dryers at the laundromat would have a little more appreciation for the finer things in life. I mean, you actually got a specific time from the cable company. Nobody gets a specific time from the cable company. They told Jesus sometime between 12 and 5. We can't say when. But you, Don Vader, get an actual appointment. You don't know how good you have it. Didn't you watch Howard Dean on Press the Meat the other day?
Yes.
Doesn't he make you appreciate what you got? I mean, this guy's been a punchline ever since he acted like a postal worker back in Iowa. He may as well have a scarlet letter L tattooed on his forehead. And as if that ain't enough, he's married to a woman with a face like a death threat. Jeez, that's some hard road, Holmes. That's bear trap homely. No wonder he's in favor of euthanasia. I can even understand now why he's pro-choice. I was surprised he wasn't the celebrity spokesperson for abstinence. Until I realized he couldn't be. Because Deirdre is. Well, at least with you, she is. You pig. Put some gravy on that someday, huh?
Let's see it after the hour. Hey, by the way, John McCain will be here live on Thursday.
Hasn't he been tortured enough?
Huh?
Hasn't he been tortured enough?
He's got this movie on A&E this weekend. You know about that? Yeah. That's that old Van Morrison record.
Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go down in New Orleans. You know it up. So, baby, please don't go. Baby, my done gone. Well, your mind done gone. Well, your mind done gone. If the county's for me, hear the shackles on. Baby, please don't go. Make you walk along, baby, please don't go. I'm up in the morning, sunrise in my way.
The Imus in the morning forecast, clouds, maybe some rain this afternoon. High temperature in the 50s. Currently 50 degrees under cloudy skies in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
I guess we'd be on the air now, right?
Bingo.
That's basically the deal.
I think.
Not even you were watching your show?
Well, the two... What?
Not even you were watching your show.
No, the two makeup Nazis were out here.
Yeah.
And I was talking to them. They were telling me how beautiful my wife is and that we need a new picture of her. I said, well, there's a lot of them on the internet. No. No, well, we'll get a new photograph of her.
Okay. That's going to fly this afternoon, huh, when you get home?
Well, no, we're just hoping that right now she's not in the car, taking Wise to school. That would be what we'd hope. Yeah. We can get her done. Anyway, time for a little sports, and here with that is the big guy, Chris Carling. Morning, Chris.
Morning, man. As we mentioned earlier, Ricky Williams coming back to the NFL.
Oh, God, can you come up with a news story that's been going on for 2 hours?
It's the lead story.
Well, who cares? He smokes a little weed. I mean, leave the guy alone. Go ahead.
You know what?
What?
I can't with you. You're sitting there, I got to look at you in denim all morning. I just want to slap you sometimes.
Well, yeah, but here's what's keeping you from slapping me.
What's that?
You're a fat sissy boy.
Oh. Yeah, and about 35 miles or whatever it is.
21. Go ahead.
All right, then, I'll move on. Yesterday, the Detroit Pistons taken a 1-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals, 90-81 over the Miami Heat. Rasheed Wallace with 20 and 10 last night, thankfully to taking off that headband, as you so aptly pointed out earlier. Sixers fired head coach Jim O'Brien. They hired Maurice Cheeks. And Danny Graves of the Cincinnati Reds was released yesterday as a 9.86 ERA, but apparently the other night, the final straw, gave up 5 runs in the ninth and flipped off a fan. But I guess it's probably not the best move in the world when you have a 9 ERA to flip off a fan. Probably not the best idea. Also some French Open today, and Andre Agassi is, at the moment, tied at 5 in the first set with, I don't know, some dude. And then...
glad to see you right on top of that.
And Marat Safin and Justine Arden advance.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Well, the biggest story there was that Ben Wallace bitch slapped Schmuck Fu last night.
Yeah.
His big retard.
Adios.
Well,
take a little seat.
My boy Ben.
You know, the thigh is apparently hurting Shaq well, like the eye was hurting you yesterday.
Well, Shaq didn't do all that well, and they're not going to win. So
I don't see it either. I think the Pistons are going to kick their asses all over.
He's a complacent fat slob is what he is.
What's the problem with that?
Well, he can't win. That's the problem.
Oh,
a little close to home, Chris.
Look at my life. As a complacent fat slob, I have won. Thank you.
Is Tracy in the studio by any chance?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Do you have any scum, Tracy?
Ellen DeGeneres. She is convinced that new girlfriend Portia de Rossi is the one after several broken relationships. She's gushing. She says to Allure magazine, "I pray that Portia and I are together for the rest of our lives." This is a quote. "I never thought my life would have turned out this way. To have money or to have a gorgeous girlfriend. I just feel so lucky with everything in my life right now."
Well, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, wait 20 seconds till Portia's career really takes off. Then you see what happens.
Boot in your butt.
Dare I say it again? There's plenty of fish in the sea. What's the problem?
That is really unfortunate. Go ahead, Tracy.
Eminem has a new video out, but it's causing a little bit of controversy. It features lesbian puppets. He jokes about Janet Jackson's Super Bowl incident.
I love this guy.
And he says Britney Spears has shoulders like a man. Eminem also quips that Elton John only likes him for his sex skills and makes a rude proposition to No Doubt singer Gwen Stefani. Earlier this week, Eminem's protege, 50 Cent, caused outrage for glorifying firearms in a television commercial. This video is extremely popular. If you go to the website, you can watch it.
We have now what we call in country music hick-hop, H-I-C-K, as practiced most successfully at this point, anyway, by Cowboy Troy, is a big black guy with Big and Rich, and which is essentially a sideshow. It's a CMA. Here they have Big and Rich. They have the midget on the turntables. They have Cowboy Troy's there shaking. He's 6'5", and they have about 10 white girls, and they have people like, and all of the old country music people from Nashville sitting out there in the audience. And I mean, they wish they were armed.
Oh, yeah.
But let me ask
They should call them Cowboy Toms. I mean, come on.
Well,
it's like, like a Jew performing Wagner, for God's sake. You can't be doing that.
Is it possible for me to beat myself to death with this microphone?
Well, why would you want to do that? Cowboy Troy and Big and Rich got a video called "I Play Chicken with the Train," and we're currently looking for that.
Is that what you put in? I'm betting he didn't lose because the song sucks.
I'm begging you to play chicken with the damn train, all right? Seriously. Hip-hop.
Is that so you can hate two kinds of music simultaneously?
That basically is the goal, yeah.
Jesus, it sucks twice as bad.
25 after the hour. Pat Buchanan is next. Cowboy Troy's going to be on this program here in a week or two, so stand by for that.
I'm going home, and when I want to go home, I'm going mobile. Well, I'm going to find a home, and we'll see how it feels going mobile. Keep it moving. I can pull up off a curve, I can make it on the road, going mobile. I can stop in any street and buy I'm free. The world's my home. When I'm mobile, kindness in the morning.
President had agreed to come to Harlem. The president says he remembers no such agreement.
I never said that at all. Uh-oh. President Vicente Fox sounds like that insult dog.
Yeah, Triumph. Triumph is running Mexico.
I'm not going to Harlem. I'd rather stay here in Mexico City. Much safer.
Harlem's a good city for me to poop on.
Sharpton says that he got no apology, but he will continue to ask for one.
How insulting to American people, not just black people, that Vicente Fox said something demeaning about black people, and he has to apologize to Al Sharpton?
Right.
Apologize to some good, hard-working black person.
We have better blacks than that.
And we've advocated Oprah. I mean, seriously, go on Oprah and apologize.
Well, is there a Mexican version of Sharpton, like whatever, a knockoff?
Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman from the South. Yeah. Fernando Valenzuela, I think, is the Mexican Sharpton.
The cast of Barbershop 3, something.
Anybody. But Sharpton. It's insulting.
Fox.
Sharpton's a questionable character.
Absolutely. I don't know why anybody meets with him. Just say no.
I'm not meeting with him. I'm on the phone.
If he really wants to make it up, he should go see Are We There Yet?
Right.
Fox is refusing to apologize.
The black honeymooners.
And says his comments have been misinterpreted.
Right. Whatever.
Several anti-smoking groups in New York
Control the majority party, but I don't understand any of it.
Well, we have a democracy that was designed to favor the majority but give consideration to the minority, and that is the purpose of the filibuster in this.
I don't know. Seems like a lot of time spent talking.
But that's what the Senate is supposed to be about. Debate.
Look at you always with the answer.
Just
Robin always has the answer to everything. And she knows.
Two major bills dealing with the federal funding of stem cell research are heading toward key votes in the U.S. House today. Each of them would allow the government to fund more research into stem cells and to develop more strains. So we'll see what happens with those. I'm sure the president will veto them if they hit his desk.
He hates that.
Hey, Daisy, what's up?
Hey, Howard, I just want to thank you for supporting the Save the Rhino concert. I wanted to...
Genius. Real man of genius. This Memorial Day, we salute you, Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Not content to harmlessly repel insects with lotion, you discovered a way to fry them with electricity until their bodies explode. Ah, the sounds of summer. Crickets chirping, birds singing, the blood-curdling scream of a moth having 700 volts of electricity shoot through its body.
Music to my ears.
Every night, a magical explosion of exoskeleton and insect goo that can only mean one thing. Summer's here. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. June Bug Blaster, then sit back and watch the fireworks.
Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's go time at Toyota's nationwide sales drive with phenomenal selection at every turn. Right now is the time to get to your Toyota dealer for amazing values on an entire lineup of Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Insurgents were coming in. We never sealed the borders.
Well, you know, the insurgents were supposed to go away after the election.
Right.
They haven't.
They haven't gone away. We never sealed the borders. We don't have enough troops there. Right. It's going to be a quagmire for years to come. I say we get the hell out. Put Saddam Hussein back in power. He's the only one who can tame these monsters.
Give him back his clothes.
Give him back his clothes. Get him out of the underwear and get him back in power as quickly as possible because you now realize that
he was the only one.
He was a genius.
Right.
He got these nut jobs under control. Who's going to do this for us?
You saw those pictures of him, right?
Yeah.
He had a nice package.
He's got a decent-sized package.
Are you interested?
Well, I don't know. Well,
You're
let's just say
right?
he's not swimming back there. Look nice and full, and, you know.
Right.
He's doing his duty there.
Shave his mustache. Put him in a good American-made suit.
Cut his hair.
Right.
Cut his hair, put him back in power, and let him run things.
Hook him up with Chris Tucker and let it happen.
I mean, they should interrogate him. Say, how did you get everyone under control? We can't figure out how to
He's
do it.
He's not giving up the secret.
No. Can you imagine what he had on his hands, this guy?
And those two sons of his, remember them?
Yes. Uday,
they were a handful.
Uday and Fude.
Yeah, he had to watch them and the rest of the country.
One a chronic rapist, the other one a bi-curious rapist.
Right. Uday and Futon. But really, I'm being facetious when I say he was a genius. But really, who the hell's going to control this country? No
Looks
one.
like a job for 50 Cent.
We thought...
No, really. 50 Cent, I think could do it.
Come on. We thought that we were going to take him out and the people would parade through the streets and sing and dance to be happy to be rid of him. They could care less that he's gone.
Yeah, they're
now they get to fight among themselves.
That's all. Same old, same old.
Syria's ambassador to the U.S. says his country has cut off all military and intelligence cooperation with the United States, frustrated at continuing complaints from the Bush administration. They tell the New York Times that the Bush administration has decided to escalate the situation with Syria despite what he says are his country's efforts to tighten its borders against the flow of insurgents into Iraq and its withdrawal from Lebanon. So now Syria's just, they say, forget it, we wash our hands of you. We've been trying to work with you, it just isn't working out.
All right, there we go.
We're not getting intelligence from Syria.
There you go.
They have no oil, right?
No.
And no beaches. no picture shots in front of a pyramid.
Neither one.
We don't need them.
The maker of a heart defibrillator allegedly knew 3 years ago that a model implanted in 24,000 patients has a flaw that could cause the device to malfunction. The New York Times reports that Guidant Corporation was aware there was a chance of failure in this model. It then changed its manufacturing process but never alerted these 24,000 people that they have a device in their chests that might malfunction.